Dark Souls with Pyromancy only is often regarded as a good entry into challenge running. After all, despite having no scaling parameters, Pyromancy is, well, it's the equivalent of a fire truck hitting an orphan and the orphan has cancer. It's extremely good. So fella, what's the challenge then? Well, the challenge is that I'm not much of a Soulsborne runner, and realistically not every challenge video is a challenge. Sometimes it's just a curiosity that needs to be filled, like when I did Fallout New Vegas with the Mesmatron, an item exclusive to Fallout 3. You just do it for fun. Plus, I want to cover how to kill Quelaag. Yes, it includes using glitches, but at this point, what doesn't? And with that, we ask the lovely little question, can you beat Dark Souls with only Pyromancy? So what are the rules? Well, I'm glad to say it's quite simple. We must use Pyromancy as a means of dealing damage and disposing of our ops. We cannot use the Pyromancer's Flame to do melee damage. Physical damage can only be done with Black Flame. That's pretty much it. It goes without saying that we start this run as the Pyromancer class, and proceed through the Undead Asylum as usual. It pains me to say it, but Asylum Demon did give me trouble.
Yep. Okay. There we go. Easy.
For some reason, I couldn't stop inflicting damage by falling onto it. After 5 attempts, I finally fell with grace, and the demon was properly barbecued.
I do think the biggest issue with this run is just like how limited you are in ammunition to start off.
I put a few levels into Vitality and ran to the Undead Berg. I jumped down the lower Undead Berg flawlessly, and without any problems.
Okay, nice, nice. So we're gonna run, I think. Okay, I screwed up. I messed it up. Oh no.
Now, obviously, it's way too early for me to be fighting Caer Demon, but I thought it was necessary to gauge just how much damage I could do against him. After all, he is the key to this run early on. Literally. I need the key to the depths to get more Pyromancy. I unlocked the gate to Firelink Shrine, and decided from there I would challenge Taist Demon. As you can tell from the graphic on the screen, I am currently too weak to best one of the easiest bosses. Sure, you can make him fall off the map, but that wouldn't satisfy me.
Is that winnable? I don't... Just barely, maybe? I might get the red tearstone ring. I don't want to chance this.
So we made our way to the Valley of the Drakes and got the red tearstone ring. What does this item do? Well, I'm glad you asked, Johnny. It boosts your damage output by 50% when your health drops below 20%. Those embedded in the Souls community knows this is a staple item for one-hit runs and are greatly familiar with it. At this point, I'm sure that mathematically I should be able to beat Taist, but wouldn't it be nice to get a second Pyromancy? I traveled to the poison swamp we all love and found Poison Mist. While I was down here, I challenged Quelaag. At this point of the run, I didn't know she was completely resistant to both fire and poison.
What?
I figured maybe it'd do like 5 damage for Fireball, but no dice. As I said, we will best her, just not right now. I challenged Taist Demon once more, and this time around, it was a slaughter.
The third one should stagger it. It did not stagger it. It did not stagger it. There we go. There we go. Okay. There we go. We're back on track now.
Poison Mist was not necessary thanks to the power of the red tearstone. Moving forward, I fought the natural homoerotic temptation we all feel towards Andre, and decided it'd be best to kill him for the Crest of Artorias. He didn't go down easy though, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, oh, oh. Just give me the crest, old man. Oh, Jesus. Andre's crazy. His natural poise. Oh no! Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh, you're scared of the outside, Andre? Oh, fuck. God damn, look at this, man. Oh, okay. Man, maybe let's just do a playthrough where every enemy is Andre.
Next step of my power build was to save Griggs of Inheim. That plan went off without a hitch.
Go. Griggs, you better go to Firelink Shrine. I'll beat the shit out of you if you don't, you loser. Please. Griggs, please have some level of free will. Oh, thank goodness he does.
Why do we need to save him? Well, he sells the Bellowing Dragon Crest ring. It increases damage before defense calculation by 20% for sorceries and pyromancy. This means our damage is buffed by roughly 20 to 30%. Only downside is this is an expensive item. 20,000 souls in this economy? Insane. So we did what any respectable individual in the Souls community would do. Dragonfire Bridge for like 30 minutes, I'm not timing it. I did that enough in the bow video. But yes, we got our 20,000 souls and in turn our precious ring. Now our fireballs do 156 damage against Caer Demon per hit. That is without the red tearstone ring. I decided because of the feral dogs to be best not to rely on low HP tactics. That being said, the Caer Demon has 1,176 HP. With 8 fireballs we can do 1,248 damage. Our ideal situation here is to hit Capra the full 8 times and try to line up our attack so it burns the dogs at the same time. With the key to the depths acquired, we then grabbed the Pyromancer and walked back to the Firelink Shrine. There we bought Fireball and Fire Orb. I then killed the clerics for no particular reason. You know what really makes Pyromancy great? Not just its intense power, but specifically its power to make the gargoyles into wimps. No matter how good I get at Dark Souls or Elden Ring, the gargoyles are always my least favorite part, so charring them was especially satisfying. I mean, first gargoyle going down in 5 hits, insane. You love to see it. After ringing the bell, I decided to do some minor farming in Darkroot Garden, and shortly after challenged Best Boy Sif. It's time for a little math. Sif has 3,432 health. Fireball does about 180. Likewise, Fire Orb does 245. After casting all 16 of my fireballs, it'll do 2,880 damage, leaving Sith with 552 health, meaning this fight is extremely doable. I'll admit it took a few runs to get the moveset memorized again, but once you get a rhythm going, it gets easier to dodge. My downfall is that I'm noticeably bad at timing attacks, which is one of the stronger points of a Souls player. So despite my damage output realistically making this an impossible fight to lose, I nearly did. I missed several of my shots. My final Fire Orb was detrimental. If I missed there, I would have been forced to start the fight over again, but luckily I did hit it. This wasn't a hard fight, the real boss was managing my incompetence. I decided to consume Sif's soul for additional money. Using those souls, I upgraded my Pyromancer's Flame to +10. I grabbed Combustion as well because it's actually a decent spell, just like a little worse black flame. Likewise, I ran down to Blighttown and bought Great Fireball. Moving into the Catacombs to gain the right of Kindling, I ran into Northern Lion and decided this playthrough we would be friends. I got the bonfire by Vamos and entered the boss area to fight Pinwheel. For reference, Pinwheel has about 150 more HP than Capra, and Great Fireball does 622 damage, so that's a 3-shot. With the right of Kindling obtained, the next thing on the list is to ring the second bell. Without a means of killing Quelaag, we'd have to resort to the Quelaag skip. I know other runners decide to use Maneater Mildred to kill Quelaag, but I want to stick to pyromancy only as much as possible, even if it means glitches. I then spent the next 43 minutes attempting one of the spots to do Quelaag skip. I couldn't get it to work, so naturally I then spent another 2 hours trying to perfect it. I still couldn't get it to work, so I found an easier spot by the bonfire to do the skip, and sure enough it worked way better. I'm not a Dark Souls pro by any means, so my explanation of the skip may be underwhelming, but from what I understand, we trick the game into giving us the falling to our death camera angle, and we make our way to Quelaag's domain in this unique state. It's worth noting that the Quelaag boss fight needs to be engaged prior, otherwise a cutscene will ruin the skip. When you enter the boss arena this way, you avoid traversing the light, and try your best to navigate past the fog gate at the end of the arena. You should be able to bypass it. However, if you end end up in the bell room and quit out, you will spawn into the boss fight, so you need to end up closer to Quelaag's sister. I used fall damage as an indicator of where I was at. If I lost health, it meant that I fell onto the spiral staircase or to the bottom, meaning it was safe to quit. With Quelaag bypassed for now, I rang the bell and unlocked Sen's Fortress. I got Great Chaos Fireball, let the insects run rampant within my brain skull, and try to beat Ceaseless Discharge. A problem here I hadn't considered is that I would need Black Flame to cause physical damage in order to cheese the Ceaseless Discharge. I teleported out of there and grabbed Power Within, probably one of the best pyromancies in the game. It increases attack power and stamina regen, but gradually drains health. Likewise, it increases all damage dealt by 40% and can be safely used with Sanctus and the Red Tear Stone Ring. You can probably tell from my location that my next step was getting the Dust Crown. Making use of my great fireballs, the Hydra wasn't much of an opposing foe. After saving Dusk, we can summon her and buy her crown. This crown will boost our pyromancy by 20%, although it does reduce magic defense by 30. However, this is solved by simply not getting hit. Also, it stacks with our ring, so that's pretty sick. We made the Iron Golem fall off in a single blow, so that was pretty fun. I said it earlier that pyromancy is kind of Dark Souls easy mode. Honestly, it may not be if there wasn't so many damage increasing items, but I mean, look at this output. With the vast amount of performance enhancing drip, this is just kinda silly. You just roll around like some kind of goblin with a jerry can and a pack of matches. I met Guinevere and almost immediately assassinated her, and then I met her brother. Great Chaos Fireball is my favorite way to fight him, since the additional lava AoE is just stupid. Like, look at that damage. Similar to the bow run, the Firekeeper's fighting tactics elude me. I don't understand her AI at all. Lautrec should have got out of the kitchen since he couldn't handle the heat, but I can't blame him because it was a home invasion. The giant blacksmith was trying to hide his treasure from me, so I hid his life from him. Then it was time for the DLC. It's always fun to fight Sanctuary Garden when you do silly amount of damage. It really is the highest one can get without microdosing ketamine and playing Donkey Kong 64. I'm not gonna lie to you all, the Artorias fight kicked my ass. I can make a whole minute-long compilation of every time I rode the elevator down to him, but during the last fight we made it work. If we can hit him with 2 great fireballs, we can just stop him from becoming the Joker, and that makes the fight substantially easier. Sometimes we opt to drink an additional Estus to take a hit. I think it's worth it. Eventually Artorias did become the Joker, but luckily the Great Chaos Fireball AoE comes in clutch once again. Also similar to the bow run, I killed his girlfriend again. Down in the depths of Ulasil, I did find Black Flame, so now we can at least challenge Quelaag. It was at this time, however, my heart sank. No matter what I do, I would be unable to kill Quelaag. I'd always fall about 1100 damage short. This is where glitches will have to come in. However, I'm not glitching the main Pyromancer run. We will revisit her in New Game Plus when she's even more powerful, but rest assured, she will be bested. Next was Nito. This was a fight I've been looking forward to. He gave me moderate trouble in the bow run, so turning his Morrow into Ash was going to be beautiful. As expected, we do stupid damage to the Gravelord. In retrospect, I do wish I made more use of the Red Tear Stone Ring, because that would have been kind of funny. Like, not gonna lie, I love that thing. I should have used it more. I began ascending my pyromancy flame. We got it to +3 before challenging the Ceaseless Discharge once more. We only did a few casts of Black Flame to take him on with a cheese. I forgot to mention it, but I did give Quelaag's sister enough humanity to unlock a secret passage to Lost Izalith. Our second Lord Soul was coming up, the Chaos Bedbug. The hardest part of this boss fight is the run back if you die from some random bullshit. After Chaos Ladybug, I decided I'd kill Fire Sage for the souls. Interestingly enough, Fire Sage isn't resistant to fire. You could probably kill him with only Black Flame, but Great Chaos Fireball is just so much fun. At the Duke's Archive, I was testing the grounds with a very good carving. I saw it fall, but for some reason I decided to follow it. I don't know why I do these things to myself. The Seath fight was, again, just a very funny one. Like, we're just bullying this poor albino nerd. He doesn't stand a chance. We basically tear up his blue-eyed white dragon and he died of a heart attack. Like, look at the poor guy. I fed the Lord Souls to the Lord Vessel and the big boy door opened and it was time to burn the Lord of Cinder himself. Do you see what's wrong with this gameplay right now? Aside from my inability to parry. I forgot to wear the Dust Crown for the final boss. I've said it like 4 times so far, but my incompetence is something that should be studied. With a few poise-breaking Black Flames, we burnt the Cinder into ash, and with that, we beat Dark Souls using Only Pyromancy. Except now we need to go into New Game Plus and fight Quelaag. As you can see from the soul counter, we are using soul duplication for purchasing Toxic Mist and bringing our attunement up enough that we max out our slots. First thing to cover is now in New Game Plus, Quelaag has almost twice as much HP, so the strat will take longer. In Blighttown, we perform the Quelaag skip again to get down to Eingi of the Great Swamp. We let the bugs infest our scalp, but let them bloom like a beautiful flower. Once again, we do soul duplication because I died several times trying to perform the Quelaag skip. Then we trick the menu system into believing we're trying to buy Egg Vermifuge, but then quickly switching over to Toxic Mist and maxing out the amount of Toxic Mist that we can use. I also use the Dust Crown Ring to increase the amount of casts that we have. It took roughly 5 casts to get Toxic to proc. After that, we can go to the cheese location where Quelaag can't hit you, assuming you baited her properly and have her set at an angle. At the 7-minute and 40-second mark, Toxic has done around 3,000 damage, and around the 9-minute and 44-second mark, it ran out. Toxic is done. We need to do it again. After that time, we would come out of hiding and hit her with our Toxic Masculinity once more. To play it safe, I hit her with it a few more than 5. But after some more waiting, we did beat Chaos Witch Quelaag using Only Pyromancy. And with that, technically, you can beat Dark Souls using Only Pyromancy. Thank you so much for watching. If you like more Dark Souls, we do have a bow-only run-up. Likewise, more challenge videos for Fallout, Dragon Age, and Pokemon are on the channel. I'll catch you next time.